Hello, my collective. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's well. Everyone's had a wonderful day. Has had a great week and had a great Christmas. I hope you all had a great celebration. You all had a wonderful time. And well, it's Friday and it's our time for reading. Let's evoke our angels. Yeah, starting with Archangel Gabriel. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Michael. Okay. Whew. Did you see that? Poof. Archangel Michael's angry. Why is Archangel Michael angry? Is he angry at people who are attacking you, my collective? Archangel Chamuel, welcome. And Archangel Gabriel, yes. Thank you. We love you. Welcome. Let's say a short prayer, my collective. Allow me a moment. All right. So, should we do? I do have gazillion downloads, so let's begin with the downloads. Yeah, I want to do tarot so much. Okay, no, let's do our downloads first. Okay, so we had from one of the very important downloads that I had from some previous days, right? Which one do I have? Dieback. Do you remember I told you about dieback? I'll do this next time. Dieback, and that next time is now. I'm sorry, I was yes, I was away a little bit. I'm sure you got one or two of my videos, yeah. And I was at Vaishno Devi, so blessed that I was called, and yeah, it got a little tiring, guys. I'm sorry I couldn't give you the video from the bhavan. When we get there, me and my husband, we're like kids, right? Okay, we spend most of our time at bhavan, really, quite honestly, right? And we just ate at every place that we could see. We saw Domino's there. They were like, oh my god, we have to have an onion-less, a garlic-less pizza. So we just enjoyed ourselves there. And after that, I was pretty, tired. Right at Ardhkumari, I was like almost like I was done this time. I'm like, Hare Baba, boy, I was like quite tired, but it gets better, it's just there are phases, and it's just in between weather that got a lot of people. In fact, when we were traveling, there were a lot of other travelers with us. They were like feeling the weather because it wasn't really cold. Now it is. I've come back. Now we've come back into a wonderful weather, and I like this. I like it very cold. I like it. It has to be more cold than cool. You know what I mean? That in between weather just got a lot of people. A lot of people were not, you didn't know how to feel. You know what I mean? You're hiking, so there's a lot of energy that you are, heat that you're, creating, a lot of energy that you are like using, but you don't know how to feel about it. You don't know how to dress, whether it's cold, but it's not cold. That all of that. So yeah. So, and I have a download related to that collective. Before I get to dieback, oh my god, dieback, that's taking a lot of time to get to it. Must be really important. But before that, I'll tell you. So we have just, and I'm sorry if I keep saying this, and trust me, these are those many, and there's just been an ascension, like literally for the collective, as in my chosen ones, not my collective, but chosen ones collective, that gang, right? If you consider yourself a chosen one, then I'll allow you to take this as your message. But it is for the chosen ones only, right? The specific one. So we have just ascended, like literally it was, I would say this happened, and I remember the date because it was that particular day. It was 19th. All right. I got a vision also that is very personal to me. I don't have to share that with you, but the download is for you guys. So I had a vision also that day, and that, was a stamp from Divine, and Divine told me like, okay, there's another ascension, but we were like, see, we are always attacked. We people, like chosen ones, we have like God's children, God's special children, one of the very few left, right? So we get attacked by these evil forces, let's call them that, right? Enemies. It's not your usual politics. It's not your usual. I'm talking about spiritual stuff here. So take it as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. You can skedaddle. You can go away. If you don't believe in such stuff, don't listen to it, is what my advice to you is. I'm not suggesting it. I'm advising you this. If you do not believe in it, please leave. And leave the space for people who are believers, who have faith. All right? Anyways, jumping back. So when we got there, and like when we got to Vaishno Devi, this is when I was en route to Vaishno Devi. That's when I was given the confirmation, right? So it had nothing to do with that journey or anything, just telling you that it happened so on the way. So when I got there, we usually start at a particular time of the evening. That's how we start a journey, me and Zen. That's how we plan it. And that plan has just generally worked for us really well. And so we know it by clock, by what time we'll be where and everything, Falan Timkana, all right? You know what I mean, right? We started 1 hour later than usual for no reason. That got me into like, oh my God, we are running late this time. How are we late? This and that, blah, 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 blah. In my so-called, oh my God, we're getting late kind of stuff, I had a head bath. I didn't even dry my hair. I did nothing. I didn't put on my makeup. I was like, oh my God, we're like 1 hour late, bro. 1 hour, how is this happening? My husband was like, chill, of course. He's generally very chill. He's generally, I don't know what you're panicking about, but yeah, okay. We started 1 hour late. And on my way, and you would see in one of those videos that I have, that you would have seen, right? I kept saying, oh my God, we are late. We are late. We're running late this time. We're running late this time. I kept feeling that we're running late. We are late to this. We are late by an hour. We are late by, how many hours? God knows now. Because as it is, I was feeling the weather. I was feeling, oh my God, it was taking more energy for me to do this as it usually did. More than it usually takes. And I kept saying, I must have nagged Zen at least 20 times on the journey. At least 20. I'm sorry, baby, that I'm like, because of me, you are, being delayed. You would have to go slower than usual and everything. And I was like, we're going at the usual pace. I don't know what you're talking about. This is a usual pace. In fact, if anything, we are ahead. I kept feeling, is what I'm trying to come to the point, that I kept feeling that we are running late because of me. This is going slower than it should be. And in reality, like my husband said, he was calculating, math brained. He was like, we are, if anything, you're faster than usual. You're getting the gist? Collective, now this is where you have ascended to a level that your normal speed, and it is an analogy, take it as it resonates, your normal, let's say, intellect, your normal way of functioning would feel, your normal environment, excuse me, your normal environment, normal everything around you that you're used to up till now would feel slower, would feel outdated, would feel boring. Let me put it that way, just to make it easier for you to understand, right? All of that would make you feel, you are at a speed which is your normal speed, which you're feeling slower, like you are supposed to go faster. If you're able to get what I'm trying to say. This is again very meta. It is a feeling what I'm trying to share here. When we got back, and like I said, again, 20 is like an understatement. Must have said it at least 50 times. And when we got there, we got back 1 hour earlier than our usual time. 1 hour. And we must have just stopped it, like just as we always do. We don't make it a race against anything. We don't race even against ourselves. As we enjoy the journey, we love doing this together. All right. When we got back to the hotel, it was 1 hour earlier than our usual, expected time of arrival. So if we started 1 hour later, but we still arrived 1 hour early, that means we made 2 hours of time as against our usual pace. If you're getting just what I'm saying. But I felt that I was going slower. So this is going to be your huge, now you get used to this, my collective. For all my chosen ones who have just ascended, and you would know, we all just ascended. All right. And for all those who were not able to pass the last test, I feel bad for you, but then there'll be another one. You'll pass that one. You live, you learn, all right? So, but all those who passed the test just now, the Friday that went, right? This is today's Friday, the last Friday, Friday, Saturday, that kind of timeline I'm talking about. You'll feel everything slower. Now, for instance, like what all things I did today, so let's say, let me make it simpler. I did a lot of stuff today that is otherwise very difficult to put in to a 12-hour window, let's say. If you're getting one. Now you have more time to do the same thing compared to the world. You'll have more time, even compared to yourself, your past self, you'll have more time to do it. If that makes sense. So collective make most of this. This is almost like in power. Let's say you have the same 24 hours as against your old self, or even against your enemies. Let's not compare ourselves to our enemies though, but let's say you did something in 24 hours first, right? You had like a list of things, like let's say 5 things, or let's say you did 24 things in 24 hours. Now you'll be able to do, literally at least 50 things, at least in the same time, and you'll still have energy because you think you're going slower, but you're not. Time is moving slow for you. If you're getting my point, is you have more time to do that same thing. If you remember, what was just flashed in front of me. I'll give you a film analogy. If you remember watching Superman, when Henry Cavill Superman, the one before that, all right, the one where we had Flash, Wonder Woman, and a bunch of other guys. Even I'm sure it was Batman also there. That DC thing, that whole gang was there, and they were trying to stop Superman right before they say let's call big guns, when he says, before, you know what I mean, right? Just before that, Flash does his whole thing. He's very far, of course, he's Flash, right? His power is his speed, correct? He goes past Superman, and Superman just give him nobody else is able to catch Flash. That's the whole concept, right? But Superman just looks at him like, you can't, excuse me, right? And he catches him or something like that, and he punches him or catches him. You know what I mean? It's almost, I'm not saying you're Superman. Again, analogy, symbolism, understand that. What I'm trying to say is, just like he was able to time is not the same for Superman versus Flash, let's say, right? Same way, the time is not going to die. It's going to have a different pace for you. You'll know what I'm trying to say. Just feel it. Just go. Had I not done that journey where we literally, and it's not that we think, oh, aadha ghanta yaar rukenge, 15 minutes over, there's an alarm. We don't do that. It's not like that. We take it as how we feel. We just know generally when we think that, okay, now let's just do this. Now let's just rest. Let's have a tea. Let's have a coffee. Let's have an ice cream. Now let's do it. Although I had a gala time, but yeah, when by the time I had reached Kumari it was quite tiring. After that, it got better. I think it got better, yeah. So for all those who are looking forward to do the journey, I think, yeah, it would be a good time. Now would be a good time. It's now properly cold. Ab jao, Okay, so that was that. Okay, that was one of the, I literally was like, oh, wow. This is we can do so much more. So what is the objective of the exercise? Why is God presenting you with this power? Let's say, for instance, I will call it a blessing or a power. Blessing, right? You're supposed to do more. You're supposed to make time for more things. You're supposed to do other things. You just broke the matrix. You did something collective that broke the matrix. Now, it's going to be different for different people. It was something different for me. And I was literally inspired at that moment to do something. I could not have, I may not have done that. I didn't have to do it. But there was something I did that, I know it's very personal. You also did something that broke the matrix, that broke something in the matrix. That's something what is breaking the matrix? Breaking the matrix is let's say, almost breaking the societal norms. Something that is expected of you. Something that is okay, you're supposed to be like this. We expect you to be like this. We expect you to do this. We expect you to do that. There are certain random rules that are set by certain people in power that, unless we allow this, you cannot do that. How dare you think 1:44 on the clock when I said that? I'm telling you. I knew at the time when I did that, and I know what was spoken to me, I knew at the time that I have to do this. This is again, it is very personal to, it's it's going to be different for different people. It's a very personal way of me breaking the matrix. I keep doing that. That is, I think, one of the reasons why I get attacked so much. I'm just speaking God's words here, but I get attacked from left, right, center, like thousands, I think, now come for me. Yeah. And in this, and in spirit and in flesh. It's not just in spirit. And in flesh people come. Right? So they're like, you could take your confidence away. How dare you even think that you can do that? How dare you even think you can say such things? Of course. You speak the word of God, you know. So you break the matrix. I did something. I was like literally on that same journey. On that same journey. All right. So it's going to be different for different people. I'll leave it to you, my collective, to think, what did you do that broke the matrix? Okay, now coming to dieback. All right, this was a download that I got a little while back. Yeah, dieback. Okay, so what is dieback? Dieback is one of those, I don't know whether we call it, it's a very poisonous plant. It's a herb, right? It is, I don't know whether it can be called a weed. We'll just see if it can be called a weed. But almost is like a weed. I think when we were small, I remember my husband, I read something on it and my husband out of the blue was talking about it. And a lot of time God speaks to me through my husband also. There are things that Divine says to me through my husband as well. Divine uses a lot of people around me to say these things to me, right? Good and the bad. झाड़ भी लगानी होती तो ऐसे ही होता है, प्यार भी दिखाना हो तो ऐसे ही होता है. अगर protection दिखाना था, God uses someone in my life to show, see, I'm right here, my child. I'm right here. And you're protected, you're taken care of, right? Same way. So there was something, my husband out of the blue, I don't even remember how we started. I tried to get back to the conversation how we got to a point wherein he was explaining something like this to me. So he went back to his childhood days and he was telling me, it was a memory that he, kind of like recalled, like revoked out of his, God knows, it was like a million years ago when he said, he's as old as I am, just about 8 months older than I am, all right, my husband. He was telling me like when he was in school, then he and his friends, used to run these bio kind of experiments, like voluntary, okay, not, assigned by the school or anything, but they used to have these weeds. They used to grow somewhere. He was saying, I don't know where he was telling, they used to grow. They used to go and play there, and so they used to so they knew a plant that they would just had to like a very almost snail looking like weedish plant. Okay, all they had to do was to put that plant on another plant, and they would come back in like, it wouldn't happen immediately, but they would just come back in like 5 days or a week's time or 10 days, whatever. All right. And that snail looking plant would have taken life out of the plant that it was kept on, let's say attached to. So I remember, because it's not like, so a lot of lambdas wouldn't know about it, because I think all over the world we got rid of this weed. I think it was spread a lot. I think the UK also battled with the problem like this. Australia battled with the problem when we were young. I think there was something like that in Delhi also. Alright, but then it got under control. Like Delhi mein to itna construction ho gaya, I'm sure that we'd had to like bid farewell. But like in a lot of other countries where there's a lot of greenery, they are much more greener than us, there still is this problem. I don't know whether I read in an article about Australia battling it or UK battling it, specifically London. I don't know, either of the two countries, UK or Australia, they were just battling it, that this weed, that dieback, is here. And I looked at, and I imagined, I had not seen dieback in my life, but I just imagined in my head, and it was exactly that. And it did not, when I read about it first, it did not describe it like that's how it, like just I described it to you, that it looks like a snail or a small rope or something, that kind of stuff. No, but in my head, I already knew how it looked like. And so we were just talking about, and it was like Divine gave me that, I knew this was a download, but the Divine gave me another confirmation. I was just watching this, was this shallow Stranger Things. Yeah, pretty shallow. I don't know. I tried to watch the 5th season. I hadn't watched the 4th season. So Netflix obviously took me to the 4th season first. And I started watching the 4th season. And I was like, after a while, I can't do this. Then I went back to the 5th season. Let me see if they're doing anything different. But it was exactly the same shit. Just, they just, tumble it in the dryer once and just take it out again. It's literally the same shit which has been served to the people, and kids don't know anything about it. They don't have their own filtration system. They don't see that it's the same thing, bro. It's literally the same thing. I saw the first half an hour of the 5th season. I was like, dude, have we not seen this already? It's literally the same thing. And it's not that they're talking about the same incident. It's literally the same content that they've rehashed it and put it back on this lambda generation, like have it, new season, all right, we're going to give this a few here and a few here and then a few at the New Year's, and you'll be so happy. They'll be like, nice Christmas gift, and then lambdas are like, yay. Like, arre dekho to bhai, what is it? It's like so shallow, dude. I mean, ho gaya, ek season ho gaya, 2 ho gaya, abhi to bas karo. Anyways, so watch, if you really want to watch some good television at the same time, same streaming service, watch Frankenstein. It has enormous amounts of depth, amazing acting, and the entire creative is almost like art. Watch it. Okay, I'm not getting any commission from Netflix to like talk about Frankenstein and or to talk about Stranger Things, anyways. But having said that, but really, instead of wasting your time on that, watch Frankenstein. And there's various other things that you can watch. Anyways, going back, so I was watching. In between, there are two. I know when Divine takes me to a place, and if I didn't want to watch Stranger Things last time, why was I forced to watch it this time for just even a little bit that I did? I knew. Because when I saw that the op this time is, at least in the 4th season, was Vecna, and I think it's still Vecna in the 5th one, or I don't care actually. Vecna, right, in the 4th season. So if you'd seen Vecna, I knew that was it. I needed to watch it until there. Vecna was connected. If you've seen that, there was a scene where he was like slightly elevated. What's that called? Levitation, right? He was levitating, if you know what I mean, half in the air, and he had those cords going, like, or those 8 or 10 cords, like, going, and he was like almost like feeding off other beings or energies. You see? I'm sure if you have seen Stranger Things, it was like almost like Netflix had made it mandatory for everybody to see it, right? So almost like, I'm sure you would have seen some of it. If not the 5th one, at least in the 4th season, you would have seen that Vecna levitating, and there's like those cords. Even the 5th one, if those 5-10 minutes that I saw, what's that young boy? I'm forgetting whatever his name was. Yeah, with due respect, I can't recall his name. This Vecna only, right, has this cord that goes right into him, through him, something like that. Very Matrixy. If you have seen Matrix, like, which came in 20 years ago, yeah, you know all of this is just like creative adaptation of the same Matrix creative. Whatever the main creative was, everything has been like picked up from there, right? Directly or indirectly. Yeah, watch that instead. Yeah. And so you'll see, so all of this, right? Again, it's just like the same chords, just like dieback, right? It does what it does. It attaches to you and takes your energy. Now, what if you remember a few reads ago, I had talked about a concept called like karmic chords. That was not very, very, very long ago. I'm not saying about a year ago. I talked about it literally few reads ago. Karmic chords, if you remember. So these are almost in spirituality, even otherwise also. This is like happening in spirit, right? Vecna is in spirit. Correct. So this is how they take energy. These karmic chords is what you see your opponents. That's how they attach themselves to you and steal your energy, your creative energy, your sacral energy. Okay? Alright, understand this. So what you need to do, what is it? So understand first the chord. Let's just understand this concept a little more. All these, how are these chords? What are karmic? How are these, you know what karmic chords are now? How are they created? They're created if you let's say you bind yourself with them, or they bind themselves with you through karma. Like if you like engage with them, you fight with them, you argue with them, I'm giving you tracks. All right, you love them or you hate them. Hate is one of the most powerful emotions. So even if you like, let's say there's a karmic in your life and you hate that karmic, there is a karmic cord between the two of you. Getting my point? So that is why you see every book, every scripture, right, from Hinduism to Christianity or whatever, you read, everybody tells you, at least our scriptures especially, and the Bible also, for whatever I've seen, forgive, forget, forgive, forget. That's the underlying emotion. Why do you think God is asking you to be the bigger person? God wants you to be free of it, right? Because until and unless that cord is between you two, let's say there's one opponent of yours who's like a reckless fuck, right? And you are here doing the right thing, but you're still hating on that person, there will be a cord between the two of you, and that person will keep on stealing your energy, keep on impacting you. What does that cord do? It, same way, it's like let's say a production line, right? You're sending something from here, that person can send something from there also. You sending love, that person can send hate. You send healing, that person can still send destruction to you. So the idea of it, what is the bottom line energy here? You understand first what you understand, acknowledge a karmic cord. You have to first acknowledge and believe in it. Alright, and this is not a woo-hoo concept or anything. This is literally in our Ved and Puran. So just read over it. You understand what I'm talking about. Why does Sri Hari says, like, literally just you forgive everybody, you surrender everything to me, I will take care of it. Why do you think you can fight? There are certain fights he asks you to fight. Fight this for yourself. Fight this for me. But on certain times he says, at most times there's something about your opponent and dharma ki karne, you need to just do your karma, leave everything to me. That means he wants you to cut the cord. Don't let that line, that hot line between you and your enemy exist. So there was another download that was given to me, like detach, cut the line. Where's that download? Hang on. Yeah. So what was given to me by Divine was detach. If you feel sorrow, even if you feel sorrow, let's say you feel sad, you feel depressed of someone's actions towards you, right? If you feel anxiety, if you feel, basic word was given to me was sorrow. I'm just trying to give you tracks here, however you might feel, right? However you resonate, however the impact on you is. Understand that is a byproduct of an attachment. So if you feel like somebody said something to you and you feel, meko bola, if you're getting a point, I'm just making it easier for you, lighter for you. You feel meko bola, right? And if you feel that was because someone said something about you, it was a judgment on you and it should impact you, and it impacted you, you understand at that time, you accept that there's a karmic cord between the two of you. Okay, and what do you do next? You first acknowledge there's a karmic cord. That is why that person's emotions are impacting you, their actions are impacting you. Otherwise, you're a sovereign being, no? My collective. It should not impact you at all. You should go by your life as you do, just like I do. I do things as I please. As I please. It was an incident also. There was somebody that I did not even know who was also like just trying to like, okay, I'll tell you that later. That's the energy I am at. Like, I do what I like. I do what my divine tells me to do. I'm obedient to my divine. My divine tells me to stop, I stop. They tell me to go, I go. They tell me to share a download, I share a download fearlessly. Right? So it is, anyways. So, coming back. So you have to understand that there's a karmic cord between the two of you and you need to attach. Because if you're feeling sorrow, that's your biggest clue. If you're feeling sorrow, again, I reiterate, I'm saying sorrow because that's the exact word that was given to me. Sorrow is a product of attachment. So you understand there's an attachment and you need to... How do you cut the cord? Again, I told you, you don't have to light up a fire and do hula hula dance. You don't have to do that. Do that if it is fun. It will be fun actually, right? Lodi aane wali yahi karna abhi, right? But the point is, okay, fire is a great purifier, jokes apart. Great purifier. Why do we light up fires in our life? Why do we light up a candle? It's a great purifier, all right? Lord Agni Dev can like burn away a lot of things for you, can protect you, burn away a lot of bad energy that is being sent towards you, jokes apart. All right, so having said that, just what you have to do is to, in your mind, you have to detach, like, again, pick up your habits where you attach with this person. If there's a certain way you do things, you attach, you change those things. Change your thinking. A thought comes to your mind, change your thought. Counter that thought with something positive. Counter it. All right, there's a sorrowful thing comes to your mind. You remember that you're so thankful and grateful. You have stuff, you have things, you have your health, you have your beauty, you have your sovereignty. You know, you're living such a great life. Acknowledge it. Just understand, be grateful. And you'll see that sorrowness is going away. Generally, these thoughts are, again, projected. That cord that is running from that person might be in a situation where they are feeling all that pain and, all the anxiety. They might be going through a very hard time in their life. And they are sending that energy over to you. Like, you have some of it. I don't know. You keep it. All right, no need for anybody else to have like be a part of their karma. They created the karma on their own. Nobody else needs to be a part of it. You tell that to yourself. And again, it is not hate based. I'm repeating myself at the cost of repeating myself, as I always say, right? Collective understand, hate is a very, very powerful emotion. At times it overtakes love. And this might not sound very politically correct, but I'm telling you, hate can overtake love. So just understand, just know that cord needs to, you cannot hate this person. You have to process this person, dissolve this person from your life. All right. And a lot of my chosen ones who just ascended have been able to do though. We've given this ascension only because we have been rewarded by the rewards that we just got because we were able to do this. A person does, you have to like process, give this person back to the world. You be with do whatever you're here to supposed to do. You're not supposed to be a part of my life. You release the person back to the world. Getting a point? What is not yours is not yours. What is yours is yours. And divine is taking care of. Whatever is yours is yours. Your spiritual gifts are yours. Your purpose is yours. Right? That light in your eyes is yours. That's divine shining through you, right? A lot of my chosen ones we have this light in our eyes. Like, where does, in such a cruel world, and everybody is against us, very few people, would stand up for us. In fact, nobody would stand up for us. We have to stand up for ourselves, and it's literally us and God. How do we still manage to be so happy? How do we manage to, overcome all of this? That's divine. And there are helpers, there are divine helpers, there are people who come in at the time when they're supposed to come in, who help us on our way also. That is, I acknowledge that. It's not like always like this, but it's almost like a fight against, like Kauravas, 5 Pandava were fighting against 100 Kaurav. And it was not just 100 Kaurav, they were like the entire Hastinapur, all the gurus, all like Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, everybody was with the Kauravas. Who was with Pandava? They themselves, all 5 brothers, and Shri Hari, God himself, right? That's how it's always going to be. Dharma और अधर्म ऐसे ही रहेगा भाई, ऐसा ही fight होगा. धर्म वाले छोटा सा ही group होगा, जरा से लोग होंगे. You'll meet your soul group, your soul family, your soul tribe. You'll meet them, but you'll have to get there to meet them. There's a journey that you have to undertake to understand who they are, what they mean to you. Right? And what light they bring to the world. For you to understand this, appreciate it, you have to go through this journey, and on your way you have to do a lot of God's jobs, right? Okay, so we have done dieback. Okay, let me see if I have like this. So detach, these are dieback energies. Just to sum it up quickly, dieback energies, dwell on this collective, think about it a little bit. Are there any diebacks in your life? And I'll give you are there people that you just talk to and they drain you? They could look very harmless, you know what I mean? They don't have to look like a James Bond villain. All right, they don't have to. They don't have to like have a scar on their face. They don't have to be mean. They don't have to be like rich. They don't have to be like powerful. This was general people that the enemy, the evil forces used to drain you, to distract you from your purpose, what you're here to do, right? Like if you remember, even in Mahabharata again, even in Mahabharata, like how did Abhimanyu die really? How was he like, that was a child, like 13, 14, 15-year-old child left alone in the field? Why do you think? They were like big force, right? They had a big army. They were like a lot of brothers. Where were all the brothers? Where were all the 5 brothers when Abhimanyu was forced to go in? How did it happen? Because I think Arjuna was distracted by something else. This was Dronacharya's plan, right? Arjun को यहाँ कर देंगे, उसको वहाँ engage कर देंगे, भीम को उधर engage कर देंगे, युधिष्ठिर को उधर engage कर देंगे. रह जाएगा ये अकेला इनका बच्चा. And we will force, will focus on him. कैसे भी, all 7 people, I think there were more than 7 people, but at the end, at the time of Abhimanyu's death, there were like 7 people who killed him. 7 of them, right? Killed one 15-year-old boy. Why was it like so? Why was Abhimanyu? He was not even a prime Yodha. Like Kaur was ho raha tha na, like Yodha to. Why wasn't he focused at? Because they wanted to. Arjuna is like one of the pivotal. I keep saying is, like as if it's already happened. This fight is happening right now. It is always happening, right? Time is in loop. कहीं ना कहीं तो किसी ना किसी parallel universe में अभी भी हो रहा है, right? So when Arjuna was the pivotal, the main, the focal point. Thank you, Divine. Focal point of this entire Pandav Sena, right? So they wanted to hurt his heart. You would have seen this is a common thread again. Like I said, this is not very difficult to crack. Enemy doesn't have. I've said this in the past. They literally have 5 tricks up their sleeves. You see, they will always try to hurt your heart chakra. Your finances are also not that important. Unless you think your finances are the most important thing in the world, then you're not a child of the God. Like that could just be like one of the disclaimers here. With due respect, okay? Nothing against you if you find money more important. But having said that, like our relationships, our loved ones, our purpose, right? That is our heart. Correct? Now they wanted to hurt Arjuna, who is the focal point again, the pivotal point, the entire focal, main, that where everything, focused at. The entire war was focused at. He was the one who could make or break it. He was the one who was being charioteered. Now read that as guided, navigated by Sri Hari himself. Do you know who? Okay, I'll come back to this point also. So they wanted to hurt his heart, take his motivation, take his encouragement, just kill that happy, powerful, confident heart. That's why they focused on his loved one. And what I think for a father, for someone who's a father, their child would be the most precious thing they have, right? For all those who are parents, I'm not a parent, but I'm sure for all those who are parents here, right, who have kids, you'll agree, right? There's nothing more valuable than your own child. Correct? That is why Abhimanyu was focused at. They had a special project on him. It's not like achanak hi nahi chala gaya. There was a proper strategy to push him through that Chakravyuh. Push him through it. So that they could kill him and hurt Arjun, and hence by that, and as a domino effect of that, win the war. Okay, so just understand where this is coming from. Okay, I have said enough, just so you know. Oh, okay, there's another point I was making. A lot of times you'll see God talks to us through these things, right? Why do you think, do you know the dialogue between Arjun and Sri Krishna is actually a dialogue? I mean, Arjun is I wouldn't say an avatar, but he's a form of Hari. Do you know this? Literally, it's Sri Hari talking to himself. That dialogue, the Gita, that Bhagavad Gita, that is those 18 chapters, are literally, no, God is not talking to anyone else. God is talking to himself. And you must read Gita. Must read, yeah. Must read. If you haven't read it, then you are missing out on life, really. You can just save so much time just not watching these, low vibrational, shallow stuff that doesn't take you anywhere. Watch or read all this instead, or watch it. You can also watch it, like, if that's easier for you. That's how you can learn it that way as well. Anyways, let me just focus more on this. Okay, I have another one. How much? 40 minutes. Okay, not bad. I have a very important download. Okay, I'll sacrifice my other things. I've sacrificed my own cards. No, I have. Okay, so another download that was given to me was, this is an interesting one. And it came in that very, okay, the download is whatever. Demolition Derby. And it was like, yeah, Demolition Derby. And Divine gave it to me the way I told it to you. Like, literally as if like it's presented on TV and there's there's something, a match or whatever it's called. I'm sure it's called a match. Is about to go on. There's a championship going on, and that's how it'll open, like Demolition Derby, in a very American way. So I knew instantly this sport has to 100% has to originate in America. I mean, sure, I knew what Demolition Derby was. I'm not saying that I did not know it. For once I knew. But it was like something still, I was like, oh my god, this is so American. But it was fun. This was fun, actually. So you see what Demolition Derby is. I'll give you a very quick crux of this. So basically there are like 5, I think the rule is 5 different cars that are like, it's a motorsport for entertainment purposes, all right? It's like that ways. It's not like otherwise I don't know how serious it is called, but it is a motorsport, right, for entertainment, right? So you have a dirt field where this happens, right? So there are like 5 rules. There's 5 cars. I don't know if it has changed or it is changed for different championships or whatever. They're like 5 cars that are modified, all right? They're, so it's basically you're supposed to ram into cars and just take each other out until the last one that remains. The one that is the last functioning car is called, is given the championship, wins the match or whatever you call it, all right? So there's still certain rules to it. You might think there is complete lawlessness, right? I mean, anybody can ram into anything. No, there are proper rules, right? So you can't like sandbag. That means you can't like strategize. Like 4 cars can't strategize. You know what? All 4 of us, let's go for this one. You can't do that. You can't sandbag. You can't tackle one car, or all 4 other cars can't tackle one car. And I think every 2 minutes you're supposed to make a move, a tactical move. If you don't do it, you're like considered out. And what else? You can't ram into the driver directly. So the driver sits wherever the driver is sitting. That door is painted and everything for everybody to see, to be visible. Otherwise, from a distance also, and the rule is that you can't ram into the driver. That door is off limits. All right, and then you're allowed to modify your vehicle, so basically you take out all the other parts. You just keep a good engine, like a bigger engine, a more powerful engine, or whatever way engines work, right? A powerful one, and have more fuel, or have more powerful fuel, or whatever it is. So you take out all the other parts. So idhar udhar nikal dete. So I was just given this Demolition Derby. When I said it was given this, I knew it was like a final match. There's some match between you and your opponent collective. Either I don't think it's already happened, it's about to happen. Some final match, and you will be the last one standing. This person obviously will do all the wrong things, right? Let's sandbag. I told you what sandbagging is, right? When you like strategize, let's just all attack this person, we'll take this person out, and then we अपने आपस में तो हम देख लेंगे क्या करना है. वो नहीं होगा, ये सब करने की कोशिश करेंगे, वो नहीं होगा नहीं इनसे. Apparently there are rules. Even in that lawlessness, there are rules. Now the justice is, going to be served. All right, but there's going to be some Demolition Derby, like some impactful something. It could be spiritual. I'm not saying कि जाके तुम literally cars ram करने वाले हो. I'm not saying that, bro. ठीक है, get your head out of your ass. एंड इफ यू कांट टेक सिंबलिज्म एनालॉजीज तो भाई तुम इधर मेटाफोर्स नहीं ले सकते, तो इधर मत आओ भाई, मत आओ, मुझे माफ कर दो, ठीक है. Anyways, what else? So this, and then what else? 2 minute, हाँ मैंने बताया driver cannot be vehicle, yes, tracks, yes. So I've covered everything to tell you what it was. I had just made my notes कि कल को मैं ही भूल जाऊँ if I give this after 1 month. That happened with me in my pure clean as a thistle, right? Some time had passed, yeah. A lot of things happen and go inside my brain, huh? Okay, so demolition derby. So this was given as a proper, like, interesting. And I just, when it's just beautiful when these things come right this way. So it was quite fun to read about this, to know more about demolition derby. Just so you know, this will be a spiritual demolition derby, but there will be a demolition derby match. And of course, your opponents will try to break the rules, but they will not be able to break the rules. You will be the last one standing, and that is a fated event. If that's not already happened, that's about to happen or will happen. As I said, it's a fated event. And that would, if you haven't been able to close the cycle, if this person's just not understanding closing the cycles, if their opponents don't understand that you don't want anything to do with them, they don't care it, they're about to care it. If you know what I'm saying. Oh, that was nice. What else? Oh, I also have, hang on for a second. I also have substratum. Oh, you again, just like BT dudes, substratum is a very uncommon word. How many times do you think in a day it would be given to you? How many times are you like going to like different things altogether? I'm not saying the same text you're reading. Of course, it can come again many times. But it's a different, like you read it once somewhere and then it flashes someplace else and then it comes through in a download, then there's another thing. So all these happens, right? Like these things happen for substratum. A lot of it was given to me by a lot of different angles. Now, what is substratum? So technically speaking, substratum would be a layer right under the let's say this ground, right? The layer under the ground would be substratum, almost like foundation, like loosely used, like used as foundation. All right, so foundation. So what was given to me was that the Devi or the goddess, like, is the foundation of this, the substratum of this universe, of this Brahmand. All right, I'm not saying world, I'm talking Brahmand. We don't talk about world, we don't talk about chotu things here, we talk about big things, all right, different realms. We're talking about like the entire universe here. We're not talking about your tiny world, okay? You're very tiny in this whole world. Now, Devi, the divine feminine, our goddess, our mother, the Shakti in Shiva Shakti, she is the foundation. The Prakriti is the foundation of this universe. Now, what does it mean? So it means you are a part of her, right? You, I, everybody, all of us women, our feminine energies, we are a part of her. So understand your power, my collective. Wake the fuck up. You are the most, this is literally coming from her. All right, this she and this, I got this right, I think before we left, 1 or 2 days before we left for Vaishno Devi. Imagine mother saying that divine mother, right? She is the foundation. That means she is the one who's holding us together. The 4 of Wands energy, right? Let's say the 10 of Cups energy, that foundational energy that we feel in our life when we feel we got our shit together. That's because we've got our mother's blessings. That is how we have got that is how you know that you've got Mata Lakshmi's blessings, Mata Parvati's blessings, Mata Vaishno's blessings, Mata Kali's blessings. No, if you have your sovereignty and you know who you are, you're blessed by Ma. You're blessed by the divine feminine. You are the divine feminine. You're a part of her. All right, understand that. And anytime if you feel less confident or anybody tries to tell you who you are, just tell them who's your mom. Tell them in a very Delhi style who your mom is. All right. In fact, when I was en route on this, we were just on our way to Vaishno Devi. It was like a very heavy spiritual attack that happened. I wanted, like, dude, I will take you to my mom's house. You know, you can't understand if you know who you are and you understand what your place really is. Why are you here? Why are we doing this? Why is this happening? And not everything is like, let it flow. वो नहीं है, let it flow ठीक है, but like, why are you here? You have to put intention into your work, in your breathing. You have to put intention into your life. Only then you'll get anywhere. Otherwise, तो जी तो सभी रहे हैं यार. सभी जी रहे हैं. Why are some people more happier? Why are they brighter? Why do they have purpose? Why are they more successful? Why do you think that is happening? And again, I'm not equating success with what is your annual package. That might be for some people, of course. I'm not taking that away from them. Congratulations to whoever is earning really well. Wonderful. You've done something right in your life. That's great. But that's not success. That's not that. I mean, if that feels like success to you, again, this is a wrong channel for you, bro. You shouldn't be here. All right. But otherwise, for all those who understand what I'm saying, the higher meaning, the more elevated meaning of success is something else. Being happy about who you are, being happy, being content in who you are, knowing who you are, working for a bigger purpose, working with God, right? Working for the goodness of humanity, giving something back, contributing something nice to the world. There's so much hate. Just open your television here. There's like so much hate against not just everybody in general, especially for our country. So much hate here. So much. Our own people love hating our country. We just love taking our own country down. You don't see Israelis doing it. I'm just saying. Me and my husband, we talk about this. We don't see Israelis taking down Israel. I don't see it. I don't see that on television. And I watch a lot of neutral media. I watch a lot of this. But I haven't come across an Israeli taking down their own country, saying Israel is doing the wrong thing, defending their country. But you'll see a gazillion idiots in India who just take down their country, take down everything, take down anything that is good for us. Anybody who's doing anything nice for the country, saying I love my country, needs to be taken down. Anybody who talks about love, talks about defending their country, talks about patriotism, needs to be taken down. I don't know, it's like that. It's just people just attack them. Look at Aditya Dhara, I'm saying Aditya because he's literally we were classmates. We grew up together. We went to school together. All right. So just go watch Aditya's movie, Dhurandhar. I'm sure Aditya Dhar. Okay. Aditya Dhar's movie, right? So watch it. If you have already seen it, please go watch it like 10 times. Go. Support my classmate. Support my friend. Right? So you see how well he's doing. He's like literally making a statement with each and everything that he's creating. Look at all his past creations. Look at all his scripting that he has done, all the wonderful direction he has done. He's done so well. I'm so proud of him. So proud of him. So proud to, have been, in the same room that he was, quite honestly. These are the kids that are doing so well that make us proud, yaar. Please love your country. Don't send it hate. You don't have to we have a great Prime Minister. Come on, yaar. We have a wonderful, wonderful, strong man as a Prime Minister. Don't take him down on social media. Don't talk down on our country, on our countrymen. If anything, we need more love than anybody else. Quite honestly, there's no other home. There's no other home. This is India. This is our home. There's no other place. Literally, if you think you can escape to Europe, you'll not be able to escape to Europe. You can't go there and just live there and just forget about being an Indian. We are Indians. We all are. We can't run away from that. We need to support our country. We need to look at what is happening in our neighboring country, Bangladesh. Look at what is happening in Pakistan. Just so you know, if anything, this is a time when our country needs more love. Our countrymen needs more love for each other than any other point in time before. We need to. Times are changing. And we need to stand up for each other. Not take down our Prime Minister on social media. Not take down our, creative artists like Aditya Dhar on social media. Not do that. Just stand up for them. They're doing something courageous. Stand up for them. Not take down our otherwise, let's say, for instance, anything else that talks India, anything else that our culture stands for, don't have to talk it down. Oh my God, I got this American thing that's so much. Don't have to do that. Okay, enjoy your American thing. You don't have to take, again, take down your own country. That's my request to you. Just, Think about it. If anything, look at what, like two. Anyways, I'm gonna get very emotional if I just talk about it. I know myself. That I know how bad it is, how bad it has been. In fact, the start of the year only. When was this Pulwama attack? It was like literally not Pulwama. Sorry, that happened. But you know what I'm talking about. We have been attacked like literally left, right, and center, and I don't think our generation gets it. At least the generation that is sitting and is going to inherit this country, I don't think they get it. They're more interested in, you know, settling in Germany and just, you know, taking down their, you know, motherland from there, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, more on that later. We'll just take this up. I will talk about this in my next reading. But for now, that is, let me see if there's anything else I would like to take now. I think I will, rest everything is quite huge here. I'll have to like do it. Oh, there is one. Okay, I'm going to take this next time. There's one very good one that I totally just forgot about. Okay, I'm going to take that up next time. 56 minutes. Let's just do my cards. Hang on. Okay. It's just taken a little bit of, you know, energy from my environment. What would divine like us to know? Anything else other than the messages? Okay, this one came out. Okay, that one flew. What is this one? Forgiven. Did I not just talk about forgiveness? I told you that we talked about this cord cutting, right? That you need to forgive, move on. That's how God wants it to be. You surrender to God, forgiven. That means, oh, that's how, you see, I told you that's how all those who just ascended have been able to ascend, because they were able to cut their cords. You have forgiven, my collective. Congratulations. Oh, wow. Thank you, Shrihari. I know this came from Shrihari because I know today he was like, you have to do a reading today. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do a reading. Don't worry. Disarray. Maybe, okay, so not maybe. Since you forgave, and this is Srihari's color, yellow. Since you forgave, you have forgiven, exact words, forgiven, your shatrus, your enemies, your ops are in disarray because that cord is cut now. So how do they take your energy? How do they steal your energy now? They are in disarray. You're doing your own thing. In fact, as far as I am concerned, my collective, I've been doing my own thing for a very long time, but there's a lot of people just refuse to accept that. You know what I mean? Your ops would refuse to accept it. Okay, what wants to come? Hang on. This wants to come. This is escape. Disarray. Escape. Oh, they're trying to escape. Why do I feel? I know. They might be praying to Lord Shiva कि मुझे बचा लो. Lord Shiva is my dad, my divine father. वो तो पहले मरेंगे. At least I'm talking about my op, right? It could resonate for you also, collective. Somebody's, you know, trying to escape from this disarray. They're trying to escape whatever they might be trying to do. Like I was just talking about escaping to Europe, right? So this person might be trying to like get away. Maybe if they were like physically not here, they might not get karma. No, if you think you might want to escape and this person might be praying to Lord Shiva, mujhe bacha lo, that's not going to happen. You know, but Lord Shiva sets Mata Parvati right next to him. Mata Parvati is not going to let you be. I'm telling you, you know, that's how it goes. You know, you can't run from your karma. You can't escape the karma. You can try, but you can't escape the karma. Okay, what is this? Final, and that's a final verdict. Okay, final. Okay. Anyways, okay. What? Okay, this one. We'll take this one. It says cursed. They are in disarray, both same color, because they are cursed. भाई अभी खुद ही तुमने कर्स करा ना खुद को. Why would you attack a God's child? Why would you attack God's child? Cursed, they are cursed now. Okay, yes, this is something. Okay, I'm going to and see Shiv Shakti. What did I just tell you? They're my mommy and daddy. I told you my mommy and daddy. Thank you. Lord Shiva. Thank you, Mother Parvati. Thank you for... See? I told you they just show off through me. I'm telling you they show off through me. They love validating me and I'm so thankful and grateful. Divine, thank you. I just told you this. That this person is trying to go to Lord Shiva. And I got that from that look. Instantly it hit me. This person is praying to Lord Shiva and saying, Mujhe bachalo, mujhe bachalo. Because he's the most merciful one, right? You'd like to, he was like, अच्छा ठीक है. This is what this person thinks. Lord Shiva will say, अच्छा ठीक है, कोई नहीं, चल, चल, कोई बात नहीं. तुमने मेरे बच्चे के साथ इतना कुछ किया, but नहीं, चलो, कोई बात नहीं, कोई नहीं, चलो, कोई. This is what this person is thinking. What they don't know, what is not, that's not going to be. This is the final verdict has been given, bro. And you have closed that loop yourself, alright? This cursed card came in, so I don't know. It cursed in the sense like it's not like something is important. Like you reap karma for this, right? Someone's just trying to live their life. You try to take them down. So, yahi hota hai. What else is Shiv Shakti? Of course, we just talked about Shiv Shakti. What underneath is Kundalini. Kundalini energy, if you know, Kundalini energy is also associated with Shiv and Shakti, right? That dormant energy in our spine, on our back side. That is again a Kundalini, as your Kundalini awakening, or you have awakened your Kundalini energy. That would be a game changer. You would be an ascended being if that has happened. That you would be an ascended being. That's a different level. Fragments. Something about fragments that came with this. Okay. Fragments. Disarray fragments. Okay. Let's just shuffle a little bit. ऐसे तो हम ऐसे ही लेते जाएंगे, है ना? Let's just shuffle a little bit more and let's see what wants to pop out. Something wants to pop out. We'll take that. Okay, बहुत सारे. Oh, those are like too many. Divine really wants to talk right now. Divine, those are too many. Too many. So यहीं फिर 2 घंटे लग जाएंगे मुझे. 1 hour, 1 minute and 44 seconds. 1:44 on the clock. Chosen ones. Thank you, Divine. Okay, shall we just pick up few? If you allow me, Divine. Let me just take these, okay? And we'll come back if you need more. Earn. Have you earned these fragments back? My collective, you've earned this back. Alright, these fragments, this Kundalini awakening, the whatever was missing. Remember we talked about this download, missing pieces of you that you would have lost to people who try to bully you, who try to embarrass you, who try to abuse you, who take advantage of you. People, this is how people lose their bits and pieces. They lose a part of their soul. That's a bit and piece I'm talking about, right? Spiritually, they lose a part of their soul every time somebody hurts them, right? And that is why that cord cutting is important. That is why you need to like insulate yourself. That is what the entire training is for. ऐसे तो कोई भी आगे कुछ भी बोलेगा and you'll get like hurt about it. No, right? It shouldn't have to be. Nobody should have the power over you other than yourself and your divine. Nobody should be able to do anything. You should be a sovereign being. मेरे को जो करना है मैं करना है. कर लो जो कर सकते हो. तुम करो जो करो. Recommendation. Something about recommendation. Final recommendation. Okay, I don't know what recommendation is. Now or never. This is the moment I told you about that demolition derby. This is the final pivotal moment and it's already a fated event, bro. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि कुछ gold. But I'm going to just put it back. Random people also came in last time. We just picked up the call. What random people? Random people might have like, they think they have a role, they don't have a role. They're just there as NPCs. If you understand this gaming analogy, NPCs, they're like non-performing characters, right? If I'm correct in that acronym, NPCs. Random people are NPCs. Just understand. The day you internalize, this was a download like a million years ago. And I think I somehow internalized it. These downloads are my internal, they just check on me somewhere. Okay, what is it? Okay, hang on. Rewards. And rewards are now, and rewards are under, hang on. Shiva Shakti. Reward. I'm happy because you're getting rewarded. My severe consequences. What do I put? So rewards for you, severe consequences, and that severe consequences are also in that loop from Lord Shiva, and the rewards are also from Lord Shiva. Where this person is trying to escape, there are severe consequences. In fact, this person might have just irritated God only. Because I know my gods were irritated by what this person did. They were like disgusted by what this person did. They have been disgusted for a little while, but now they were like, dude, sit the fuck down. Sorry about the effort, but that's how it was. Okay, so where were we? Did I put where is it? Severe consequences, rewards and severe consequences in that order. And then rebirth. So this ascension is your rebirth. This is your start of your new life. You let go of any fears, any apprehensions, any ऐसा कर दूँ तो क्या होगा, ऐसा करूँ तो क्या होगा, what will people think, will that kind of energy. If you had collective, that's a very human energy, right? If you had that, that's not a chosen one's energy, all right? If you had that human failure of like, I don't know, क्या होगा मेरे साथ, क्या होगा, then this is a rebirth moment. And why do I feel this was literally 25th of December? But for all those who did not, this is an open window, right? It doesn't happen exactly. जब portal खुला होता है, portal सिर्फ उस moment के लिए नहीं खुलता है. So I would think this portal opened, like I said, last Saturday, 19th to be precise. That was Saturday, right? 19th, Friday or Saturday, right? And until 25th December, this was open, and a lot of people had the rebirth. Like literally you being given a reward of another life. Go live your life now, like this free, that free, with this reward, that reward. That kind of rebirth. Okay, let's just do 2-3 more. Okay. Okay, lots. Oh no, I'm going to put them all back because they all... Okay, this one's taking out. I'm going to take this. Generous. Oh, this was on Divine's being generous. I'm telling you, they're giving you like a rebirth. Like, go. Do whatever you want to do. Marzi hai tumhari. Jo karna hai karo. I've given you instructions. You know what to do really. Apna karo matlab, you know, your purpose. You're like fully protected. Jo karo. Divine's been really generous with you. And then, name and fame. I'm telling you, rebirth, name and fame, this is something you were born for. Already you are in celebrity energy. Even, you know, when I was at Vaishno Devi, I was like, I just thought, there are days I go like makeup free. I go like, ऐसा ही लगता है यार, ऐसे नहीं करता मन मेकअप करने का. और ऐसे नहीं कि लगता है कि ओ आज मेरे को मेकअप करने का मन है. But sometimes you just want to go all natural. You just don't want to wear makeup. On certain days you want to like do the extra bit. On certain days you don't like to do it. And I did not do it. And I feel that even then people were still, as you would feel ki, oh, it's all, like I said, it's all lipstick and eyeliner and everything. But people were still looking at me, trying to figure out who this person is like. And I could understand their thoughts. They were like, this person's like to like is wearing a mask by not wearing makeup, if you know what I mean. They're trying to like, that they were thinking that I'm trying to hide. I'm a celebrity. I'm trying to hide from the general public, and hence I'm not wearing any makeup. I didn't even do my hair. I just, like I said, I just went to shower. I had wet hair when I came out. And when we started a journey, my hair was wet. And for like few seconds, I was like, you know, concerned कि कहीं मुझे सर्दी लग जाएगी या मुझे जुकाम लग जाए. But इतनी ठंड तो थी नहीं उस समय. But having said that, like literally at the time, people were thinking, oh, I'm trying to like mask myself by not wearing makeup. If you know what I mean. So जो तुमने करना है करो भाई, अपनी मर्जी है. Wear your makeup, don't wear your makeup, wear whatever you want to do. ठीक है, just be decent, of course. No, that disclaimer. Do what you want to do. Be focused towards your purpose. You know you're like protected, bro. And there are other things I can tell you, but they're very specific to me. Those are my downloads for myself, right? Otherwise, so in a way, God, should I tell you or not? I should not. Like I just feel that would be a bit too personal for me to share. But Divine's literally giving you like you know, that outpass. If you remember at school, we had outpasses. I don't know if you had that at school. Outpass means like right in the middle of period, every teacher would had one outpass and like a badge, like almost like if you've seen these American serials, they have like a badge, like, right, an FBI badge or whatever badge, right? That confirmations, that badge. So that every teacher had a badge, right? And if you had to go out during one of the periods when periods are in session, right, when the classes are in session, you had to go out for something that the teacher had sent you for, or there was something like actually you had to go out for. You were not allowed to be out of the class, right, in the first place. Understood? Right? So the teacher would give you that badge that was called the out pass. You had that pass to go out and do whatever you were asked to do. Otherwise, a prefect would get hold of you and ask, how are you out of the class? What are you doing here? You'll be like, taken to the supervisor. This person's like missing the class or whatever. Like, the whole shebang nahi karna padta, so you have an out pass. Out pass is like, go do whatever you want. It is literally, I'm telling you, Divine gave me that. Literally like an out pass. Like, yo, pakdo, yellow, pakdo, jao, ghumna. Do whatever you want to do. Be the brat I made you out to be. Well, not the brat, but you know what I'm trying to say. Jao, go, be happy, be yourself, do whatever you want to do. That's an out pass. That Divine. Oh, what did I see? Okay. All right. Anyways, so let's just take few more cards, right? 8, 10 हो गए भाई. अभी मेरे को आज dinner भी बनाना है. All right. So we're going to start dinner not at 11 today, but hopefully at 8:30 today. All right. Anyways, let's just take few more. This one, these ones are popping. Should I take those? No, they're not really popping. I was saying, take me. If they don't come, Divine, then I will stop at this. Okay, there is one that is praise. Divine is giving you. You're gonna have a lot of that, like 6 of Wands energy. It will be public recognition. And again, like I just said, they were not like covert. They were like still like some celebrity who's just trying to trick us by not wearing makeup. This is also kind of praise. You have a lot of love around you. And I felt that, dude. I feel that. A lot of love around you. That there is. There's opposition always. Like I said, 5 Pandav ke against 100 Kaurav hote hain, bro. But then 5 Pandav ke paas kaun hai? Shri Hari. Praise. Divine's praising you. Divine, should that be our last message? Or should I just take out one more card like a greedy person that I always feel? No, I think that's it. That is it. Okay, and dono taraf we can't see anything. So that's it. Divine is like, okay, we done here for the day. This program was sponsored by Flan Divine. I'm telling you, this entire reading was sponsored by Shri Hari. I got a very, he didn't say aaj karni hai reading. Aise nahi bolte hain mereko. But he was literally like, we're going to do this today. I was like, yes, we're going to do this today. Also work from home, so there's not like you get less tired because you don't have to commute. You don't have to go out in the world, breathe in all that smog, still be happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, that smog thing is not going away, bro. But from severe, it came down to, what is the next one? Like the one just below severe, very bad? No, not very bad. Something like that. It came down to that, and they were like, chalo bas bahut hai, itna hi kar sakte hum log, isse zyada niche jayega hi nahi. That kind of thing. And even when I have just collected them all, name and fame is on top. You're going to make a lot of you're going to make your divine team, your spirit team proud, my collective. That's my guarantee to you. You will make your spirit team very proud. Just keep doing whatever you're doing, whatever you're asked by a divine to do. Now, since we have ascended, now that we can do more, I'm sure the duties will increase, if you know what I'm trying to say. That is what I started with as, right? The time is now changed for us. In the same time, we can do more. I gave you the whole entire thing about how I was feeling, and technically you were still, there was more time to do this. There'll be more time to do the same thing. So you can do more. This is like a reward. Take it as a blessing, a power, whichever way you want to see it. I suggest you take it as a blessing, right? You can do more, fulfill more. And the more cord cutting exercise you'll do in your head, right? Like you make sure you check yourself. Make sure you check yourself that anything, a thought that comes you, and then you want to pity any of the karmics, like that pity also will, create a chord. So I want you to be very careful with whatever. Love or hate, both are equally potent emotions. Getting my point, collective? Don't be pitying anybody also, that you have to get detached from it. Sorrow is the product of attachment. Sorrow is the product of that. That was a download. And so just dwell on this, and I'm telling you, it'll open your eyes, your spiritual eyes. Sorrow is the product of attachment. So if you're feeling any sorrow or anything, you'll not be able to ascend. So if you want to ascend, you want to pass your test, this is your test. So maybe this download was for somebody who hasn't been able to pass their test. Maybe this time, okay, there'll be a test again. You prep, you get better. You detach, you do your exercises. You, again, like I said, hula karna hai, aag jala ke wo karo. It'll be fun. Do that or whatever. It's literally it's a mind exercise. It's a spiritual exercise. So you understand, you counter the thoughts, all right? You just detach your reality from these people, things, whatever. If there's a habit of yours that's causing you anguish, that is, keeping you back in the cycle, you need to identify that habit. Identify it, catch hold of it. Very simple exercises. Put it on a piece of paper, look at it, internalize it in your head, register it here. Most times we don't even like to acknowledge these things. So that's how I do it. I work around my own limitations. Right? There are things that I feel, if I see myself not wanting to go that route, I counter it myself. I put that down on a piece of paper, looked at it. Like, is this I'm avoiding? Am I avoiding to do this? And then you do it. And it's much more simpler. It's like, oh, this was what I was avoiding. It didn't even take me anything. Didn't even take an effort, or quite honestly. Mostly we build it up in our heads rather. All right. So do that. Cut your cords. Ascend, my collective. Ascend. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience. It's a whole new world. 2026 is ours, all right? If you want more duties, you want to do more for divine, for your collective, for people around you, then you need to pass that test, do it quickly, all right? And for all those who did, congratulations and welcome to 2026 is what I'm saying. Welcome to our world. All right, with that beautiful note, collective, I will take your leave. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Ciao.